lesson. A few things before we start. To start with, let's just make sure that we're doing these things throughout the lesson, okay? So firstly, make sure that we're sat sensibly, able to see and hear the video. So sat up nice and straight on a chair, make sure that your screen's facing you and that you can see and hear the video really clearly, okay? Secondly, let's make sure we don't have anything to distract us. I don't want us to be holding any toys or be playing with anything or be watching the TV or anything whilst we're doing the lesson, because we really want to focus on our work, okay? Thirdly, when I'm talking, let's make sure that we've got a pencil down and we're looking at the screen and looking and listening, okay? Because I'm going to be telling you some important stuff to remember, so we really need to be focusing on what I'm saying. And finally, when you're doing the activities, make sure that your work is nice and neat and make sure it's readable as well. I know that loads of you are really, really good at keeping your work nice and neat, but when we're taking the photos, we need to make sure that it's really clear. I can see all of your work and your workings out. Fantastic. So, like we normally do, let's just check if we've got our maths book, a sharp pencil, a ruler, and a rubber. And let me just draw your attention, to these two little symbols I introduced last lesson as well. Remember to have a look at the top right hand side of the screen to see whether you need to be listening or doing any activities. Fantastic. Pause the video if you need to get anything here now. Great, so let's move on to our lesson. So today we're going to be multiplying 2-digit numbers by 1-digit number. So quickly, could you write the date learning objective and then see if you can have a go at this task here. See if we can find out what the blank spaces are. So pause the video and do all of that now. Great, let's go for the answers quickly then. So I've already got the answers here for the multiplication number sentences on the left. So I've got 1 times 4. I know that 1 times 4 equals 4, okay? And we've got on the right here, 1 times 40 equals something. I know 40 is 10 times bigger than 4. So I know that the answer is going to be 10 times bigger as well, which is 40. We can use this rule again for this one. 40 is again 10 times bigger than 4, and the answer is 8. So I know that the answer is going to be 10 times bigger. Well done if you got 80. And finally, I've got 4 and times them by 40 on the right. It's 10 times bigger than 4. Therefore, the answer is going to be 10 times bigger as well, which is 120. Remember, when we're making things 10 times bigger, we're adding a 0 on the end of it. It's that simple. And finally, I didn't give you the simpler number sentence on the left for this one. But what would 4 times 40 be? Well, I know that 4 times 4 is 16. So if 4 times 40, again, it's 10 times bigger. I know 16 times bigger is 160. So well done if you got those right. Let's move on. So today we're going to be learning 2 methods to multiply 2-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. Okay, the first method we're going to look at is the pictorial method using Deans. Okay, so remember we're listening to me for this one, so I'd like your pencil down and your eyes on the screen. So we are multiplying 23 by 2. And I'm going to draw out 23 in Deans firstly. So I've got 2 lots of 10 and 3 ones, but we're multiplying by 2. So I'm going to draw this out twice. 2 lots of 23. Now I can see I have 4 10s and 6 ones altogether. I can then add those 2 numbers together. 4 10s is 40, 6 ones is 6, 40 add 6 is 46. Okay, so 23 multiplied by 2 is 46. Okay, let's see if we can have a go at this one yourself then. So use Deans to work out this number sentence. 21 times 3. So remember, draw out 21 in Dean's and then see how many times you need to draw it out. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, right, let's go through the answers quickly. So we should have drawn out one lot of 23 like this. We have 2 10s and 1 1. But we're multiplying by 3, aren't we? So you should have drawn it out 3 times. Now we've drawn it out 3 times, I can count the Deans all together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10s and 1, 2, 3, 3 1s. Okay, then I can add those two together. So 6 10s is 60, 3 1s is 3, 60 add 3, 63. Okay, I'll put it there so it's really clear again. 3 times 21 is 63. Fantastic. So that's a nice easy way to draw out how many to draw out our total number that we're multiplying, and then we draw out how many times we need to multiply it. So if we're timesing by 3, we draw it out 3 times. And if we were timesing by 2, for example, like I did, I drew it out 2 times. Right, there's another way that we can work this out as well, and we've done a bit of this in our big maths, and I know a lot of us are really good at doing this. We can work out multiplying 2-digit numbers by 1-digit number through partitioning, can we? So this is a listening slide again. So I need you to be sat up, looking at the screen and watching what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to do this on my screen as I go. Okay. So firstly, I know I'm timesing 24 by 2. So I'm going to put 24, the 2-digit number, in the middle of the screen first. Obviously, we'll do this in our books slightly differently to how I'm doing it on the screen. That's fine. So 24 in the middle of my screen. Then I need to partition this number. And I would say the best way to partition it is into 10s and 1s. So I'm going to partition it and put on one side 20, because that's how many, because I have 2 10s, which is 20. And then on the other side, I'm going to just put 4, because I have 4 1s. Okay. Now we've got our partition numbers. These numbers look a bit easier to multiply. Okay. So underneath 20 first, I know I need to multiply by 2. So the number sentence that I'm going to be doing is 20 times 2 equals. Now if you find this, if you find times in 20 quite difficult, remember we can make 20 10 times smaller. So I could do 2 times 2, which I know is 4. But then remember, we need to make it 10 times bigger again. 20 times 2 is 40. Let me just quickly make that a bit smaller for you. 20 times 2 is 40. And that's not the end of our working out yet. Remember, we've got on the other side our 4 1s here, or 4. So we need to do 2 times 4, or do 4 times 2. It doesn't matter too much about the order. 4 times 2. Oh no, 4 times 2 equals 8. Right, there's one more thing we need to do before we can before we find out our answer, which is add these 2 answers together. So 40 add 8. 40 add 8, I know, equals 48. We're not going to be exchanging today when we're adding. So these additions should be rather easy to work out. 48 is our answer. I'll type it up here so we know as well, to make it extra clear. 48. Brilliant. Right, now you've seen me do it, I would like you to have a go at working out this number sentence here through partitioning. So pause the video and do that now. Okay, right, let's have a look at the answers then. So to start with, you should have drawn out your, partitioned, sorry, your numbers like this. So you should have partitioned it into So we've got 3 tens, sorry. Well, that should be 33. I do apologise. There we go. We should partition it in 2 ways. So we have 3 tens here, which is 30, and then we have 3 ones, which is 3. Next up, we should have multiplied 30 by 2. Remember, that's what we're multiplying by in the main number sentence. And then we're multiplying 2 by 3. 2 times 30 is 60. 2 times 3 is 6. And then finally, we add those 2 numbers together. 60 add 6 equals 66. Well done if you got that correct. If you didn't get that correct, with your purple polishing pen, maybe change some things around, because that's really going to help you to understand it next time. Right, something slightly different now. I've got 3 statements here, or 3 different. I've got a sentence here, and I've got 3 different ends to the sentence, and one is correct. One is the true statement. Okay, so in your book, I would like you just to choose statement A, B, and C. I'm going to read them all out now, so you really understand what they all mean. And I would like you just to put that in your book for me, either A, B, or C. That's all you need to write. So, to help multiply a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number, you either A, partition the 2-digit number and divide each partition number by the 1-digit number. B, you partition the 2-digit number, multiply each partition number by the 1-digit number, then multiply both answers. And finally, C, to help multiply a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number, you partition the 2-digit number, multiply each partition number by the 1-digit number, then add both answers. Okay, so pick A, B, and C for which one you think is the correct statement. Do that now. Okay, let's go through the let's reveal the answer then. Sorry, the answer is C. Okay, to help multiply a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number, you partition the 2-digit number, multiply each partition number by the 1-digit number, then add both answers. Okay, so remember, you partition the 2-digit number, multiply each partition number by the 1-digit number, this one here, then you add both the answers at the end. Fantastic. Well done if you got that right. Okay, now it's time to put these two methods into practice then. Before I show you the activities, I would like you just to keep this in mind. Okay, so after you finish marking your work, this is obviously you've done the activities, you've marked your work with your purple polishing pen. After you've completed your marking, I would like you just below your work that you've done today, write 2 things that you think you've done really well, and then 1 thing that you think you can improve. Okay, so can you see that I've drawn 2 stars, or I've tried to draw 2 stars in my purple polishing pen, and then just draw a wand as well, because it's going to be 2 stars, 2 good things, and a wish, 1 thing you think you could do a bit better on. Okay, so after you've marked, it's really important that you could do this for me. That'd be great. Brilliant. So let's go on to the activity then. I would like everyone to do the first 2 slides. If you want to carry, and then the next slide after that, I feel like most of us could do as well. And then finally, the last slide, the extension, or the last 2 slides, sorry. If you really want to challenge, really have a go at that. Okay. So I'm going to flick through the activities now. That's the end of me talking today. So have a go with all these questions here, and I'll see you in the next lesson.